found in the Asheville Civic Center as we get set. Tennessee, Chattanooga, and East Tennessee, both teams with great records, 23-6 and 22-6. And here's the coach starting lineups. You're going to love Lavert Threets. He is a real treat to watch. He can hit the three-pointer from anywhere, a real threat, and I'm not alliteration punning you to death here. He is something to watch. And of course, the coach, MACK McCarthy for UTC. In his 7th year, he was the Southern Conference Coach of the Year. We take a look at the coach starting lineups for East Tennessee State, and the Buccaneers have a real star in the middle. His name is Greg Dennis, 6'11", the biggest guy, I think, in the conference, and he is their #1 scorer in history, over 2,000 points in his career. Their coach, Alan LaForce, in his 2nd year, 50-11, and he has never lost in this tournament, 5-0. Tennessee, Chattanooga, look at what they have done in this tournament. Easy, breezing all the way through to the finals, and they were a winner on the road at East Tennessee State in a close game by the 6. Now, East Tennessee is going for their 4th straight conference title, therefore their 4th appearance in the NCAA. They were a winner by a good margin on the road at Chattanooga. So, Terry Howland, who knows?
Well, it's very unusual for teams to win away from home, particularly teams that are this powerful, but it happened this year. And in fact, when UTC beat East Tennessee State, they broke their home court winning streak, and they were on a roll.
Out of the all-conference team, 4 players, 2 from each team. Keith Nelson and Tim Brooks for the Moccasins, and Rodney English and Calvin Talford for the Buccaneers. And East Tennessee, the #1 seed, via a coin flip, will have the chance to draw first blood. Almost like a family feud here. These schools about 200 miles apart.
Well, they know each other well, and in fact, the matchups for East Tennessee State present problems for everybody, including UTC.
Jason Niblett is on the scoreboard. It's 2-0. 2 cracks that time for East Tennessee, and they take the opportunity with that second chance.
Mike McCarthy changed his starting lineup slightly. He's got Redden in the game tonight to improve his ball handling against the pressure defense.
The little guard, Niblett, got the loose ball, but not before a foul was called inside.
UTC is not a big basketball team, but you can see how strongly they go to the boards, and they are a very physical basketball team.
Greg Dennis, the 6'11" senior from Charleston, West Virginia, picks up the foul. Terry, 6'11", 205. They don't get much skinnier than that, do they?
Well, he's a pretty powerful player around the basket, but what he does exceptionally well is he goes out on the perimeter and faces the basket and pulls your big man away from the goal.
Keith Nelson misses the first, the 69% free throw shooter on the year. It's a pretty good free throw shooting team, 70% on the year. And it's going to be loud in here, friends. It is jam-packed, and it's pretty well evenly split, I think, between those schools.
Well, both teams have had great years, and their fans are strongly behind them. Both of these teams will be in postseason play.
English will go. Threets with the rebound, and the Moccasins want to run. Redden, a surprise starter, got it inside. No, and look at the physical play. There's the foul. It is on UTC. It goes against Kelly Sutton, the shooting guard.
UTC is going to try to go inside as often as they can to Keith Nelson. He's very strong inside. An excellent player around the basket, and he would prefer to play close to the basket, not like Dennis.
Look at Dennis way out. There's a 6'11" kid playing on the point. Marty Story is not an offensive player. He's a defensive player. He'll help set screens. There's the guy they want to get the ball to. Dennis misses. He had 23 points in the semifinal yesterday. And Brooks had it blocked. He got it back. Blocked again, and Dennis comes away with it. Brooks is an awfully good offensive player, but he got stymied twice. Story has to put it back. Look at Dennis with the move. It's just not there. And a tripping foul before, I think, a whole lot of contact. There was a collision there, wasn't it?
Well, neither team has given the other one much room, and when that happens, when you're playing as aggressively as they're playing defensively, there's going to be some contact, and you see it here. They're not giving up. Even when the man gets a shoulder bind, they're still trying to make the play, and in those situations, quite often you do foul.
That foul, by the way, on Threets, his first, team second. 2 minutes gone here in Asheville. 2-1 our score. The big guy Dennis almost lost the handle.
think he was expecting the contact, Dave.
Bart Redden was there, but he was playing possum. Threets, who likes to shoot the three.
If you pick up your dribble against East Tennessee State, they do a good job of closing off all the passing lanes, and that's one reason Redden's in the game, so that they'll have one more dribbler. Nelson in the post, 4 players on the perimeter looking to penetrate, as you see Threets through there.
That's the 3rd block in the game already, and another close shot missed inside. Dennis cleans the boards, and Niblett finds Story, but there's no way to shoot.
Well, both these teams are so good defensively, as you can see. There's just no room to get to the basket.
Threets, another rebound. English has been quiet so far in this game, all conference. And Threets had it blocked. It's out of bounds. A clean block, and now the join.
Well, and going for the block that time, Threets allowed the defense to get in there, and he had something to say about it and ends up with a technical foul as well.
I guess if they're going to get a tee, do it early now and get this stuff out of the way, huh?
Well, I don't think he wanted one, but he certainly wasn't arguing that vociferously. It must have been what he said. And of course, that's a big turnaround, Dave, because that's an easy 2 points that he could have had just by laying it off the glass. He takes it to the middle of the floor, and instead of him getting 2 points, he's going to give East Tennessee State a crack at 2 and the basketball at the other end.
Oh, Talford really got up. It was clean, and maybe some embarrassment by Threets, and then the join, and it brought it out of him.
These officials in this tournament have been calling it very close, and they're going to make it clean. They're not going to allow any talking trash, and they've made that very clear in the first 2 games of the tournament. I'd have to say the players should have learned by now.
Mac McCarthy making very clear that he does not appreciate that. In the meantime, there's the missed tee by the man who made the block, Calvin Telford. And he's a 86% free throw shooter, Terry.
And the thing he does, too, is he's a slasher. He's one of those players that when he gets the ball in his hands, he's going to take it to the goal. He's got a lot of quick moves, and he draws a lot of fouls. So when he gets to the free throw line shooting 86%, he's very effective.
3-1 the score, and the Buccaneers get the ball back. Story sends it back out.
Marty Story can score. He just doesn't need to because this team has so many other ways to score.
And away from the basketball, a foul called on Rodney English. Got tangled up in a man trying to make a move. His first, team second.
Well, the real key to this game will be the team that can get some easy baskets out of their defense actually knock the ball loose so that they can get some easy points down at the other end of the floor, because going against the defense at the half-court level like this is very difficult for anybody to score.
A lot of physical play so far, and we thought this was a finesse league, didn't we?
Well, both teams can shoot the three-pointer extremely well.
Woods is sub off the bench, who had a great game yesterday in the semifinals, 18 points, which tied his season high. He's almost instant offense, but missed there. 3-1 the score. ETSU with the ball and the lead. Trezell Silvers in for ETSU. He dives for the ball. It's not there. Here is a 2-on-2, and Brooks. No, and a charge.
Definitely offensive. There should have been a little give and take there between the two players. You've got a 2-on-1. Brooks does a great job taking it to the basket, but he doesn't pull up. You've got to pull up there. Jason Niblett doing an excellent job of playing defense and holding position.
Absolutely. He's a little guy, although Brooks isn't huge. And Jerry Pelfrey into the game for ETSU. That's the brother of John Pelfrey at Kentucky. He's a junior, and he can shoot. Talford, look at the D. I mean, it is active on both sides.
Even though these are great three-point shooting teams, you can see the defense for both teams is extended way out.
English couldn't get it to go, and everybody hit the boards. Sutton from 3. Yes! The first 3 of the game. It's Kelly Sutton, and UTC takes their first lead.
Good move by Sutton to pull up and take the jumper. The numbers were in his favor, and the three-pointer gave them an excellent chance to score either on the make or on the rebound.
Pelfrey couldn't get it to go. Sneed in the game now. Ed Sneed, who usually starts, and he gets his first rebound. There's a pretty shot by Brooks. It wouldn't go. English with the rebound for East Tennessee State. The
These teams are playing so hard, yet they've only scored a total of 7 points. And, of course, the reason is the defense is great, and you can see it from the shooting percentages.
Oh, look at that. Only the 7 points, and we've played 5 minutes. No, Talford is cold. Sutton going one-on-one. Thinks better. Oh, and then nice defensive play by English. He may be cold, but he's playing both sides. Here's the alley-oop to him, knocked away.
Great job of getting back that time by the Moccasins.
Well, Terry, the Moccasins average 81.5 points a game. The Buccaneers average almost 87 points a game. Nobody can score. 4-3 still the score after that miss. 2 field goals. We've played 6 minutes. Niblett left open for a second, and he got it. He's got 5 of the Buccaneers' 6, and it's a 2-point game.
I would say as the teams get a little tired defensively, that there will be a little more room to get those shots, and you saw Niblett take advantage of it that time.
So the fatigue in this case could help your offense.
Actually, it may, because the defense can't continue to play with this kind of intensity unless you do a lot of substituting. These guys are playing their 3rd game in 3 days.
And normally they'll only substitute about 3, maybe 4 per side. A holding foul underneath. I believe it's Trezell Silvers, the sophomore from Clinchco, Virginia. They say he's going to be something special. He's loaded with potential.
Well, he really can get on the defensive boards.
Timeout on the floor. 13.5 to go in the first half. It's a defensive struggle here in Asheville.